Hey everybody, I'm Steph,
I'm Michael
and today we're checking out Yokohama.
from Synapses. This game plays 2 to 4 players and has a box playtime of 90 minutes. And you might think, Yokohama? There used to be a game called Yokohama.
Hey, guess what?
Hey, guess what?
This is a new reprinted edition, so if you missed out on the past copies, now's your chance to jump on this great game. I've loved it since the original Japanese release, and so I'm just happy it's accessible again.
That's right.
And you can get cool premium token upgrades, which we are going to be using in this stream as well.
That's right. Look, and we got a little shiny rainbow
It's really pretty.
cherry tree box.
Come on.
So super awesome.
Yes.
So any of those components that you see, um, like the upgraded resources or the upgraded metal coins, those come in the premium token box. Just more reason to want to upgrade, right?
Yeah.
So, before I give thanks to Danny for providing this, for people who have Yokohama,
Yes.
what is different in this version?
It's not. It's actually the same gameplay. There's new artwork
New artwork.
and the way that
Are there any new cards?
I don't believe there are. So I think it's all good.
Got it.
It's what you love. There are a few micro expansions that I think were available before that are now included here.
Achievement reward tokens.
Okay.
And free agent 5 power tokens. We're not going to be using those mini expansions, but they are included in the base game. You don't even need to buy anything extra for those.
Right.
But ultimately, if you already own the original Yokohama and you love that artwork, then there's no real big reason to jump into this one. There's no change in rules, no major change in gameplay.
Right.
However, if you are a fan of the new art, or you don't have the premium components for the older versions of Yokohama, and you want those premium components, then this combo is probably what you're looking for.
Absolutely.
I would say.
Definitely. Or if you're just new to the game and want it.
Yeah, because the old one, not available anymore.
On BGA though. So if you wanted to try it, you could play it on
And then that might make you want to go right out and buy it.
We'll see why not. This game's fantastic. So.
Exactly. So, thanks to Synapses and Danny at Flat River Group for sending us this copy of Yokohama, but they didn't give it to us in exchange for this video. They gave it to us because they know we like to play all the games. So, there's a lot of rules. Let's go ahead and get right to it. So, for 2, 3, and 4 player setups, you're going to include or exclude certain of these area boards. You're going to need to take those area boards and management boards and put them off to the side if you're not playing with them. For example, with 2 players, we're not playing with Laboratory B and Port B, nor will we need their management boards where all the cards go. We don't need the canal in a 2-player game. We don't need the Chinatown or the one silk mill or the tea mill, etc. So you're going to come up with a setup that you can see in the rule book with the remaining area boards. Just shuffle them up and place them in whatever formation it says to do in the rule book. There's also a spot for the canal to go if you are playing with 3 or 4 players. So you need to shuffle up all of the 5 power tokens face down. Place one of them on each of the spaces. It's on the 5 power spaces of every area board, and return the leftovers to the box. Each player is going to take a warehouse board, a president that you're going to have in hand. That's this guy right here. You're going to have 23 assistants, and 15 of them are going to be on your warehouse board. Some of them are going to be used as score counters, and you're going to have 8 of them in your hand. Look how tiny, so cute. You are going to, every player is going to take uh, 8 shops, 2 of them in hand, 6 of them in the warehouse. You're going to have 4 trading houses, all of them in the warehouse. Every player is also going to get a very nice player summary, as well as a copper token, silk token, tea token, and fish token. Those are the upgraded components that I showed you earlier. Super nice. And the starting player who will get the wooden ship here is going to get 3 yen, and everybody else gets 4 yen
Hmm.
with those super nice coins.
That might be a change. I forget.
So, um, divide up all of the achievement tiles into A, B, and C stacks as they are marked. You're going to shuffle each stack separately, and you're going to draw 1 from each pile. All the rest of them you can return to the game box. Shuffle up all of the technology cards into a face down deck, and you're going to place those on your uh, laboratory boards. You are going to shuffle up all of the order cards into a face down deck. Um, if you're playing with 2 or 3 players, you're going to need to remove some from the game without looking at them. With 4 players, you're going to use all of them. Fill up everything on the port management boards, and then each player is going to draw 2 order cards from the box, look at them, and return 1 of them to the game box. So draw 2, pick 1. That should be set up. If you're playing with 2 players, block the spaces marked
Oh
with
yeah.
the icon uh, shown with a little 2 with an assistant of an unused color. So Steph is going to put those on there. You'll notice there's a really tiny 2 down here, and we are putting those onto these spots. They are blocked. We cannot use them.
Yeah.
So any of the trade goods or imported goods, which are the crates, and money, they're always unlimited. If you ever run out of tokens for those, then you can use any substitute. So there's not a limited number of those. All information is public except for these order cards that are in players' hands. You can hold a maximum of 3 order cards in your hand. You cannot discard these to make room for new ones, so don't take one of these order cards unless you know you're going to be able to fulfill it at some point. There's no limit to the number of technology cards you can acquire. However, you cannot have 2 with the same title. Here's Language School and Language School. I cannot have both of those. So we are going to mark victory points on our warehouse board.
Which is a change from past editions.
It is currently set to 0 ones, 0 tens, and 0 100s. You're just going to track those by moving the little guy, the 3 guys along the 1, 2, 3 tracks. If you go over, uh, if you go over 200, I guess you can just put this little guy off to the side.
You're just emperor.
You just, yeah, that's a lot of.
You win.
So, beginning with me and moving to Steph, we're going to keep going until an end game condition has been met. Whenever that happens, we will complete one more full round of play. So, um, what you are going to do is everyone is going to, it says there's 3 phases. There's really an additional action phase, your main action phase, and then another additional action phase. You can do that additional action phase on basically on either side of your main action.
It's most important just to know that it's either side because most of the time you want to use it halfway through your main action.
Yes. And you can't do that.
You can't do that. So just know if you have an agent, it goes before your main action or you're after your main action.
Yes, and we'll talk a little bit about agents in a bit, but that is what we're talking about with the additional action phase.
Yes.
You can do one, it comes before or after your main action, not in the middle of it.
That's right.
So now, if you play with a good game group and you're halfway through your main action, you're like, oh, I could have used my agent to get this done. Then, you know, if you're with a good group, that'll let you play takesy backsies. You can do that. So um, you are going to first place up to 3 assistants from your hand in different areas. Now, that's assuming you have agents to place from your hand. How do you get more agents? You have to unlock them.
These are assistants.
I mean, assistants, yes.
Yeah.
How do you get more assistants? You have to unlock them.
That's right.
So,
they're in the warehouse.
You can place 3 in different areas. They don't have to be adjacent, they can be wherever. Or you can place 2 in the same area. So, um, you cannot place an assistant from your warehouse directly, they have to be in your hand. If, Steph, where's your president? If Steph has her president here, I can put an assistant here, but it's going to cost me 1 yen for every assistant that I put with her president. And finally, I can never put an assistant in the canal.
They do not swim.
They are not swimmers.
No.
So I'm going to put this over to the side because I am going to talk a little bit about the canal at various points in the rules. We don't have one, so I'm going to put it over here to the side. So um, that is the first thing that you do. It's called the placement step. Step 2 is the movement step, where you're going to either move your president or return your president to your hand. So, if your president is in your hand, you can put it wherever you want, anywhere in the Yokohama world.
That's right.
Returning your president to your hand, that's pretty simple. Just pull him back. However, if he's already in play somewhere, then you will move him to a legal destination according to the rules below. If you have at least 1 assistant somewhere, you can move them to that location and has no other president. So if I had put one here previously, I cannot go here because her president is already here. So I can't go where her president is. A president will move 1 step at a time to an adjacent area. You have to have at least 1 assistant in each area you enter, but you can move as many times as you like. So if I have a situation like this, I can go just like that. So, Steph, correct me if I'm wrong. I could move through where your president is.
By paying me $1.
But, yes. Now, when I say legal destination, that means I am moving to this location. But look, I can't go this way because I didn't put an assistant here. Had I done so, I would save paying Steph $1.
Yes.
Now, this is not a legal destination, but it is a legal place that I can move through. I have to have an assistant there. I have to give her yet another yen. So, take that back because I would never do that. Yeah, not dollar.
I know. I'm sorry.
Do you say dollars?
I'll
Steph likes to just call all money dollars.
I'll try to say coin.
And here's the other thing. Your president, you can't do this. Watch. None of this shenanigans. You can't return to your starting area. You can't even do something like, nope, can't do that.
Yeah, you gotta move off
You
that
have
space.
to move. No returning to your starting area. Step 3, you're going to do the area action step. In this step, you're going to perform whatever action with where your president is. Your president gives you 1 power. Your assistants, each of your assistants give you 1 power. So I've got 2 power here. That's not enough to do anything with. Probably shouldn't do that. This gives me 3 power. I could actually do something at 3 power. 5 power gives you the biggest thing that you can do. So you don't need to exceed 5 power. Shops give you 1 power. Trading houses give you 1 power. Boom, I've got 5 power here. That's pretty good.
Yes, you can only have one shop in each location, though.
Yes. So keep that in mind. I can never have a situation like this. I could put a shop in a trading house. I cannot put two shops. Now, I don't have to have shops or trading houses. I can just have a whole ton of assistants and my president. Boom, there's 5 power right there. So, uh, your power is going to determine how strong your action is. Um, any other player with a trading house in that location gets one, as Steph says, coin or dollar from the supply. Need your help here.
Yes.
I'm trying to get your attention. Give me a trading house.
Trading house.
There we go.
There we go.
Good job. So, Steph has a trading house here. If I am going to take an action anywhere in this area, it doesn't have to be a strength 5. It's any action I take. I'm going to have to give her.
No, it comes from the bank.
Sorry. I don't give it to her. It comes from the supply. You are
So
correct.
even better, you can go there without penalty to you. It just benefits me.
Oh, yeah, it totally benefits you.
Yes.
And the earlier that you do it, then the more benefit that you are going to get over the course of the game. The fourth thing you do is to get the 5 power bonus step. If you performed a 5 power action and there's a 5 power token there, boom, you're going to get this reward shown and put it face down in front of you. So I'm going to get this. I'm going to get one of these import crates, and that is step 4. Step 5 is the shop and trading house construction step. If you took a 4 or 5 power action, you can build a shop or a trading house, assuming there's a spot available and you don't already have a shop. So right now I could build a shop. I could not build a trading house. If I had a situation like this, I could build neither a shop nor a trading house. I already have a shop, and she has the only trading house spot there.
Yeah, I just want to make it clear that you take the action before you take the token, where something like this could matter.
Yes, absolutely. And that's what I said. Step 3, take the action. Step 4, take the 5 power token. Step 5,
Then
build your
the
building.
Yeah, it matters the order. That's all.
Correct. So if you don't have a shop in the area, you can place a shop from your hand. If you don't have a shop in your hand, that's too bad because you have to have unlocked this using a certain area action before you're able to do that. That's with this location here. I'll talk a little bit about each location here in a second. Same thing with the trading house. It doesn't cost you any money as long as it's in your hand. It costs you money to unlock it from your warehouse. So it's even available to be built. Step 6, return all of your assistants to your hand from the area in which you carried out the area action. So it doesn't matter what you did in this area or how many assistants are here. You're going to return all of them that were on that area. Now you're not returning them to the warehouse. They still go to your hand and available to be used later. So, um, I do have a question, Steph.
Yeah.
If I have a lot of power here, can I take a smaller action?
Yeah, you wouldn't want to, but for instance, if you don't
I might have to.
so yeah, you definitely can, but yes. Otherwise, you're always going to take the more resources and stuff.
Right. Now, remember what I said about that additional action phase, either before or after your main step. You could take an additional action phase either before or after. You can use a foreign agent once per turn. I'll talk a little bit about how to get those in a second. Well, actually, I can talk a little bit right now. Now, notice this is a little German flag symbol. If you have fulfilled 2 orders and or gotten 2 of these technologies that have this flag on it, you are going to get this foreign agent token. And that will enable you to carry out one of these additional actions. Remember, we can use this before or after. So I save this till I need it. And when I decide I want to use it, turn its token face down, choose an area that contains at least one assistant. So let me put an assistant up here. Maybe I need some fish for something real quick. I can't. Your president must not be in the area that you choose. And here's the other thing, you can choose an area that has someone's president, and you don't have to pay that player anything. Because what happens is this agent comes and says, hey, I need you to do something. And it's not my president interfering in this, it's some foreign agent. So I am going to basically um, do all of the normal main action stuff, but my president is not there. I will do a one strength action because I have one assistant. I will get my one fish. If I had done a four strength action, I could build. I could take the five strength token if I had five assistants there or five power there.
Yeah, because you could have.
I could have shops and trading
Yeah.
houses, yes. Um, then I'm still going to do the recovery step of taking all of my agents away. So it's basically like an extra action where my president is not. And then that is used, I cannot use it again. My goal is to collect multiple different of these flags. Is it not multiple different of these? It's multiple different of these here,
If
right?
you get two the same, you get the agent. But
Yes.
at the end of the game, you're going to score for every 5 different flags you've collected in any number of sets that you have.
And those flags are acquired from those technology cards and from the order cards. Yes. So you'll notice you're going to get that for each set that you have of, I think it's Netherlands, France, Germany, UK, and US. So, if you have ever met one of these requirements, if on your turn you meet the requirements of these achievement tiles, oh, this is also on the additional action phase. Um, if before or after your action, I should say, you have completed any of these requirements, you can place an assistant from your hand on the tile. And that's going to give you some number of victory points. If you have no assistance in hand, too bad. You're not going to be able to claim your achievement.
That's right. Next time.
Next time, yeah. So the first player is going to get the big money, the big points rather, and the everybody else is going to get a smaller reward. Obviously, 4 spots, only one opportunity to get each of those per player. Um, the final thing you can do in the additional action phase is to complete any number of order cards. Place one of your order cards. Let's say I've got this order card here. I can place this in front of me. I can give up 4 fish and what is that, a silk? And then I'm going to get the rewards at the bottom. At this time, I'm going to take a look and see if I've got 2 US symbols anywhere that has been completed. If I do, I'm going to get that US foreign agent.
Yeah, some of them have fewer, some of them have more. So you could possibly get the same flag, like agent, if you have 4 US, like for instance, there's 2 US agents.
Foreign agent tokens are limited.
Definitely limited.
So once they run out, they are not available anymore.
Like I know that there's only one of the Dutch. You think you said this one.
Yes, this.
There's only
the
one.
Netherlands. There's only one of those. So whoever grabs that first, the 2 Netherlands symbols on your cards. So, now you might wonder why we've got these boards where we do. I I recommend putting this reddish board next to where the location is because you have to get there to activate this. This is where the purple board is. This is where the matching purple board is because you have to go here to get these orders. You have to go here to get these technologies. You have to go here to pray at the temple, etc. So it's always good to just move these around wherever it is on your particular setup. So your setup might look slightly different.
It will.
So let's talk about end game conditions. and these will sneak up on you, I promise you. I took a look over at Steph's board when we played this the other day, even though I'd already played Yokohama, wanted to refresh myself. Looked over at her board, and she is close to an end game condition. I'm like, I better get done with what I wanted to get done with really quickly. Here's what can cause an end game to trigger. Any player has built all four of their trading houses, and that's what Steph did.
No,
No, yours was shops. A player has built all 8 of her shops. When replenishing order cards, there are not enough in the deck. In a game with 2 players, there are 5 assistants on the customs management board or church management board. You can see it right here. Also count the assistance of the unused color in a 2-player game. It's 4 of us plus the yellow, 5 for a 3-player, 6 for a 4-player. So this is this end game condition. That's that end game condition up there. It is quite similar.
Yeah.
What is it up there for 2 players? It's the same thing.
Yep.
Those are the 5 ways that it can end. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 different ways you finish playing out the round. I was first player, so if I end it, Steph can continue her turn, and then one more turn. After this, game ends with the final score calculation. Whoever has the most, it's all right here on your player board, so you can always just follow along with whoever is doing all of the end game stuff. First, you are going to look at the player with the most assistants on the church management board. Whoever has the most assistants gets 6 points. Next highest is 3 points. It's also right here. Break ties in favor with the tied player with the rightmost assistant. So if I have 2 and Steph has 2, who's in the right? The right side. This guy does count as one of the. So if I've only got one guy on the board, I do not rate for second place right now because the yellow player is ahead of me, even though the yellow player is just a dummy player. Also, player with the most on the customs management board gets 8 points, 4 points for second place. Same tiebreakers for that. The player with the highest total production value on technology cards is 10 points. Breaking ties in favor of the tied player closest to the starting player's left. Hey, but if the starting player is included in the tie, the starting player wins the tie.
Fine.
Fine. So you'll see where that technology value is up there on the side. 10 points for that, 5 points for second. Country bonus, that's where we are talking about the different color flags right here. You return all of your incomplete order cards to the game box. They do not count. They don't count against you either, which is probably good. But remember, you can have only 3. Review the country icons on your technology and completed order cards. Each icon can be used only in one set. And then you're going to get set bonuses for those. Finally, there's remainder scoring where each unused foreign agent is worth a point. Each imported good token, which are the crates, is a point. Every 2 yen is a point. Every 3 trade goods is a point. So the iconography, super easy to follow. You can pretty much tell, hey, get a silk, get a fish, get a copper, get a tea. Super easy to figure out all of these things. Now, talk a little bit about the areas. If you want copper, you go to the copper mine. Fishing, up in the fishing area. The silk mill, the tea area. Now, this is going to be important for us because we have an achievement that says that we need houses in those 4 hammer regions, which are production regions. So those are going to be important for us. Steph says, oh, we're probably going to get a lot of resources this game, resource heavy game. So, hey, those are already taken care of. How do you get money? You go to the bank, 1 to 5 yen. The canal, I should mention this a little bit with movement on the canal. Every time you want to cross the canal, you don't have to have an assistant there, but you can cross over the canal by paying a yen. Um, but you don't stop your turn in this area. It is just a pass through region. What were you about to say, Steph?
Nothing.
Um, we do not have it in this version, but Chinatown allows you to exchange things. You can do from 1 to 5 exchanges, where you're spending 2 yen for a crate, 2 yen for, no, not a crate, a copper, 2 yen for a silk, 1 yen for a tea, 1 yen for a fish, 4 yen for a crate. You can go the other way with all of those except crates. You cannot turn a crate in for 4 yen.
That's my favorite location, by the way.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
And we don't have it
I know.
because it's a two-player game.
I know.
The church action here, you can gain what's called faith. For 1 power, you have 1 faith. For 5 power, you have 5 faith. So notice down here there is a faith track that goes up to 11. Well, if 5 is the most, how do you get more? What you do is you will give up different types of goods or 2 yen to get 1 extra faith. So let's say I have 5 faith and I give up a copper and a fish and a tea and a silk and a crate and 2 yen. That's 6 more faith, but they all have to be different things.
Yep.
5 plus 6 can give you this 11. You will place one of your available assistants from the. You can place it from your hand or from the church area where you are activating your assistants from, assuming you have an assistant there.
You have
And
to.
and you
You always have to have an assistant where you activate.
only because that's where your president ends up.
Or the agent.
Oh, the agent could do it.
No, because you still have to have an assistant there either way.
Oh, oh yes, you do
Either
because
way.
you have to have an assistant there.
Yeah.
So you can do it from your hand or the one that you're going to pull back to your hand anyway, because remember, you always have to pull all your assistants back. So you can take this and put it on whatever it is that you get to. And when you do that, you are going to get to take advantage of whatever this says. In this case, you get to take 3 of your assistants.
Yeah, you can take them from the board from your hand and place them back to your hand or anywhere else on the board without paying a cost. So
Got it. That is this icon.
I could put 3 here, even if Michael's president was there.
Does that include the ones that are here?
Yes.
Wow.
You take some number of guys from the board or from your hand and put them on the board.
Right. Now, obviously, if I have placed an assistant on this 11 space, this is now consumed. Steph can't come along and also place on the 11 space. That one is taken.
And you get 14 points.
Hey, 14 points. That's not shabby right there.
Yeah.
Customs. That's where you trade in crates. And you're going to trade it in for, I guess, major victory points because you are exporting those crates out to other places.
That's right.
So you can deliver between 1 and 4 crates. And what is the thing up at the top, Steph? That is
What do you mean?
It doesn't mention anything up at the top.
Oh, it just means.
Oh yeah, that means put your guy
on
over there
on the board.
Got it.
You
Got
have
it.
to give up a guy.
Yep, and all of those crates, obviously,
Right.
because there's a big red line through those crates.
Yep.
The employment agency is where you add assistants, shops, and trading houses. Anything on your warehouse, putting it in your hand. You can get between 1 and 4 things, not just buildings, but any of these things here. The assistants cost you nothing. They just cost you one of your slots that you are consuming here, 1 to 4 things. For every shop you put into your hand, it costs 2. For every trading house you put in your hand, it costs somewhere between 4 and 7. So they will get progressively more expensive. If you see someone buying up all their shops, you can pretty much bet they are going to try to end the game rather quickly. If you have extra actions remaining, you might as well take as many of these assistants as you can because you're going to waste the power if you don't use it. The laboratory is down here. That's where you learn new technology. You need to gain some amount of production value to claim these technologies. Notice that these are whatever it costs on the card. These cards cost 1 extra. These cards cost 2 extra. And you'll notice that some of these can get quite expensive. For example, this is 5 plus 1. It costs 6. Well, if the most I can get is 5 from a 5 power action, even if you have 6 or 7 or 8 things here, you're maxed at a 5 power action. How do I get more? For every 2 yen you spend, you can get 1 extra power. For every crate you spend, you get 1 extra power. And then you are going to spend all of your power to get 1 card. It is only 1 card. You can't get 2 cards. Is that correct, Steph?
Right.
I'm fairly sure that is
The
correct.
the orders you can get.
And reminder, you cannot have 2 with the same title. So once one is purchased, the rest of them slide down. A new one comes out in the most expensive slot. Talk a little. Oh yeah, after you gain a tech card, make sure that you get a foreign agent token. Talk a little bit about the port. That's where you're going to gain order cards. You can take 1 order card for free, or you can pay 2 yen or a crate to take 2 order cards. So if you are on the A port, you are getting the A port cards. If you have a B port, you're getting the B port cards. Same with the labs. That's why I like to put these boards next to where they are, because it doesn't do any good to have both the lab boards or port boards over here and the other one be clear across the room.
Yeah. Gets
Separate
confusing.
them out.
Yep.
So with the port, you can get for a 2 strength action, you're getting a green order. For a 3, you're getting up to the orange orders. For a 4 or 5, you're getting the red orders. If you do 5, it's an extra 3 victory points. So you can claim one of those orders. When it comes out, slide them down, add a new.
You could spend $2 or a crate to get a second one at the same level that you're.
That is correct. That is what you are up to. You can get
Yeah.
one of them for free, or you can pay 2 yen or a crate to get 2 of those cards. So if you're up to the orange level, you can get up to here.
Yeah. I don't know if you said, but on the lab board, you once you get your fourth or more, you're gonna have to start paying more for cards for your tech cards.
Oh, I did not mention that. Um, do, 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 do. Oh yeah, here it is. You can have any number of tech cards down here. I didn't forget to mention this. Your fourth tech card and beyond will cost you. Oh, here it is right here on the board. Tech card more or equal to 4 cost you 2 yen or 1 crate. And if you can't pay it, you cannot get that tech card. So, um, after you gain your order cards, like you can't gain this, slide this down, and then gain the one that fills that spot.
No.
After you've gained one or both of your cards, then everything slides, then we refresh.
Yep.
And that is all the locations, and therefore, that's all of the rules.
I think we'll do 2 videos because that was
Sure, that sounds great.
quite a bit. But it's a great game, everybody. We really are excited to show you. So we're gonna, if you liked this teach and soon to be playthrough, you should come follow us over on YouTube and Twitch.
That's right. So you're going to be posting a link to the playthrough
Yes.
below, and be sure to be on the lookout for all of our videos on YouTube at Board Gamer Steph, or you can join us on live on Twitch every Wednesday and Sunday night at 5 p.m. Central, where we stream 3 games, or and usually a lot more, every single stream. So come join us on Twitch, where we play all the games.
And for those on Twitch, we'll be right back.